hope your day is well.
Bruh.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
Bro, my mental state can't keep up with your cringe ass, bruh.
My heart's thumping like crazy.
My fucking brain is throbbing from trying to tolerate you.
I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy.
Bro, I wish I had the energy to deal with your bullshit.
Yeehaw!
Oh, hell no.
But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
The fuck am I, an RC car?
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
I just did. Bitch.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Bro, what?
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Then she literally just said, oh well, fuck it.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Nekumaru's murderer?
Yeah, it's true.
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
No. Him saying I see says a lot, bro. Because, like, you already know Nekomaru. You already know that Nagito is, like, some slick-ass guy, bro. You know this motherfucker's scheming something, bro. I have a feeling that when he says that, bro, he's got something he's cooking up, bro. We better see it soon. Watch.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Shit, I'm thirsty for what's coming out of your mouth. I'm sorry.
Akane, you were drooling waterfalls?
Hey, they say the toughest form of training is is to sit under a waterfall. Okay, I was not. Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So, what was Nekomaru's cause of death that utilized the building structure? It was maybe falling or crashed by the elevator, but here.
I see!
Okay.
That's it? I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
Bro died from fall damage, bro. Bro's playing Minecraft.
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Wait a second. How could that have happened, though?
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method.
It's... Dude, this might be just me, right? I don't know. I'm having a hard time trying to understand, like, how that pillar might have killed him, you know what I mean? Okay, I get it. He might have been tied because he's got the fucking wire around him, and there's a noose at the end of it as well. So you're just like, how could he have possibly fallen? Like, okay, they might have hung him from somewhere, but where exactly? From the doorknob! Wait, they hung him from the broken doorknob with the thing... Wait. Okay, wait. You can... Oh my god, I don't know if this might be true or not, but check this out. Gundam's got hamsters, right? Gundam's got hamsters that can chew through fucking ropes and shit, right? So what if they could chew through wire? What if the hamsters chew through the fucking rope, right? Or like the wire, and then boom, drop Nekomaru from the fucking doorknob he was tied to when the floor was at the grape house. Just what if, right? This is my theory, bro. That's my theory. And now from here on out, bro, oh my god, bro. But if I get this right, bro.
Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
Oh my god, bro. See, I didn't have enough information then. But now, this is my conclusion right here, bro.
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. Bro, I'm telling you guys, it's that doorknob, bro. They hung him from the doorknob, chewed the fucking wire snaps, he falls, he dies, bruh. Like legit, bruh. Broken doorknob right here, let's go.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim.
Aw, dude. I was hoping it'd be like the first thing that showed up, but here. BRB.
Damn it! It'd be impossible to shove.
Then, after locking they moved the L and made use of the.
Hold on. As long as there's a moving up.
Oh
No,
my
that's
god. How do I... Oh my god, I'd be missing the most obvious shit, bro.
That sensor should only work if something is moving.
But what if he was asleep, sleep, bro? Oh my god, dude. I'd be pissing myself off, bro.
Nekumaru wasn't moving inside. The elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from, yes?
Unless he fucking was hanging from something, bruh.
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Rip.
Silence, pest!
Damn!
Now you're calling me a pest?
I mean, with that ugly ass face, bro, you look like a fucking pest. A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? With the doorknob, bruh. I'm getting this shit right, bruh. I was a little too early on it, that's why. Or the wire. The wire is possible too, but
If you
here.
arrange it a certain way,
See what they asked for here.
you can cause the drop within the elevator.
Yeah?
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
Yeah?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Nope.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
Nope.
What about the oil on the floor?
Nope.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I'm a green! Oh my god.
He has to.
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
What the fuck? Hey, I have awoken.
Oil on the floor.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Okay,
I
bad.
agree with that.
The wire plus the fucking doorknob. I needed to think of what went with it.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair! That's right. He was suspended in midair. Huh? The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot, and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower and suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That might be thumbnail high key.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
What is this guy about to say?
You better not finish that sentence.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Ooh. But it's Kazuichi, bro. How easy is this gonna be, bro?
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Wait, that's a good point, Kazuichi. So then what do I say? The tipped over pillar? Unless you cause something to shake, right? The ka-chunk.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a
That's not what I
wire,
wanted to do, damn it.
how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off.
I ran out of
There's
cuts.
no way they could do that.
My fault.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Yeah.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way
Radio
he
clock.
could
He
get
should
to
have been in
himself.
sleep mode, right? It would have been
Now's the
this.
time if you want to
Is
take
it the
back that
radio?
sleep
No,
mode,
it's
but
the
in
clock
that case,
timer.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode.
Allow me to
Boom.
cut through those words.
Okay, all right, Kazumichi, you did give me a little run for my money.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
Hey, but that's only because I'm certified stupid, bro. If somebody else was here, bro, they would have most definitely gotten this on the first try.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
Bro, you got the radio clock, bro.
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
Oh, shit. So, no. So, yeah, I was wrong. So, what probably happened was he woke up, got scared, fell, well, yeah, panicked, broke the doorknob, fell and hit his head on the fucking pillar. Pillar falls, breaks, and yeah. So that's how he gets clocked out. Okay. Damn, so my theory on Gundam's kind of out the window. Now, after that, bro, I don't really have anything else. I really didn't.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
Yeah.
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I should use my full Oh, it's the doorknob that he already tried to open, bruh. With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power to grabbing the doorknob with both hands. What? Clatter, 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 clatter. Not yet. Here it comes. The incredible strength of 1 million horsepower. I'm treating it like some like we're shifting gears, bro. Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. If that's really what it was. Oh man, then he actually, well, if you think about it, then he set himself up, bruh. You know, like not intentionally, but of course, you know what I mean?
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Okay, what?
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Oh, hell no.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Oh, now she wants to compliment him?
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Nah, dude, this guy, he's chasing.
This guy, he gets off on this.
Bro, well, the girl he likes, bro, doesn't compliment him. So he starts getting into the abuse part, bro, like getting insulted and shit. Once he finally gets into that, she wants to start being nice to him.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Yeah, he falls onto the pillar, and then the pillar falls. Yeah, so the moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, he collided with the pillar. That's what I'm thinking.
I see!
He ran out of battery.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
I honestly don't have a lead, bro.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Okay, this is so corny.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
Bro, that's obviously like a ploy.
That's what I want to know.
Not a ploy, isn't it a koi? No, a ploy is... You know what, bro? It's a trick. Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. Nah, bro. Hajime's tired of the game overs I'm getting, bro. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. Okay, bet. Well, now we're gonna finally start using all the time clues. But let's start with the timer, I guess.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
Okay.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
Okay, and then her shirt fucking opens up. Oh, you know what? Check this out, bro. I might be wrong here, but what if they mess with the tower's clocks and not Nekomaru's?
It's with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Move! There we go!
No, that's wrong.
Yes, bro! Oh my god, I finally figured something out! Like on the first try.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
Bruh.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
Shit, bro. As long as you do it between them thighs, I don't give a fuck. This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. That's what I was thinking, Hajime! There's no mistake that something was done. What was it? Perhaps we overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think... Oh, we're about to do another logic dive. Yup. We better subway surf this shit, bruh. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? The time in the time in the building. But like literally, I got that. I happened to get this right just because I was already on that track, bro. Which clock was tampered with? Both of them. It has to be both of them. What? Really now? The build. Oh. I meant like both of the buildings' clocks, you fucking nitwit. Why the fuck? Oh my god, I didn't even see that answer choice though. I would have gone with that one if it was... if I had read. Okay. Which house had the wrong time? Both houses, bruh. Hey! Yeah. Woo!
It's all coming together. You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Okay.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. Okay. Fuyuhiko said that it was 5 a.m. whenever, what's-his-face went downstairs, bruh. So that's how he lured him out, bruh. By it being the right time for him to come out, he'd be the only one there. And then, well, obviously murder the guy. Well, yeah, murder the guy. Well, I'd come from behind, hit his sleep button, and then, like, yeah, murder him, right? So, the time was off by 2 hours. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. They were off by, like, 2 hours. Fuyuhiko's account, bro. See, I already know
If
it.
the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
Okay.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
Yes, I have it right
If only
here.
I heard the sound when you fell. It would have been
Oh.
a great clue.
Wait, that's Akane's.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
Okay, I think I got it.
I heard the sound when you fell.
Got it.
I agree with that.
Woo!
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
I've said this before, right? And it feels great when you land that fucking bullet and it makes sense. But when you hit that shit off of a guess, bro, it's just like, huh?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
The rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30. It's like the answer to how much by 2 hours.
I see!
Let's go, bro! Yes, I understand this shit.
Nekomaru's alarm
Sometimes.
went off at 7:30. And if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30,
Oh my god, bro. I love it when I understand it.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Yep. Only Nekumaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right?
Yeah.
From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. Then it was the Monokuma Tai Chi.
I see!
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
Just the time of it.
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Wait a second. If this means something, right? Whenever we were at the front house at the very beginning of like getting introduced to the new island, the only people that were there whenever I had talked to Nekomaru about his radio clock was Kazuichi and fucking Gundam, bro. So does that mean it was one of these two? I'm thinking, bro.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning,
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Why did he?
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Why'd he gasp like that? Jeez, how outrageous. Yeah, he was surprised that everybody ditched. Yeah. But it turned out like this after all. I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez! That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot, or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
You know, I've never heard of that before.
That's not it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery.
Bruh.
Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
Wait. I don't know what he means.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
Yeah, the alarm went off.
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is.
So the alarm and the rumbling are tied?
If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
Wouldn't it have been, well, it'd be Nagito. Because, like, did Nagito not hear that?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who isn't? Who's the bastard?
Is it Gundam? Is it... Wait, was it Gundam after all? Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait. Who the fuck... Wait, what? Okay, I'm gonna get this wrong, but who?
You're the only one!
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
See, I remember this scene, but like, I was assuming that they meant that like he showed up like afterward or some bullshit. Like, I don't fucking know, bro. I defied all fucking logic and assumed it was Gundam for some damn reason. Like, I was desperately still trying to be right.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank,
No, you're Nagito. I get it.
even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
So that makes two people that didn't hear it, right? But my question is why?
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House.
Wait, but that's because they got the deluxe soundproof. Wait, does that mean Sonya's the culprit? Wait.
But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
Doesn't the deluxe room have like a soundproof or some shit like that?
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Damn, Chiaki, say some shit.
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it.
It's the deluxe room. The deluxe room doesn't let you hear shit.
It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
The people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonya, and Chiaki. The secret is, what did these three have in common? Could this also be a secret that points at the killer? Bro, it's the deluxe room! But then, doesn't that mean there was a fourth person, right? I can't remember who that fourth person would be. Woo! 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 Got it.
I got it!
Nagito, Sonya, and Chiaki, the three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
Soundproof. The guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's pretty decent. And the crummy room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
Bro, Nagito's a bitch.
Now then, You guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
Somehow, I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Wait a second! So, was it the next person that got the... Wait, so it's gotta be a dude, right? So if it's not... Wait. I don't know who it is!
You're the only one!
What?! Oh! Oh!
There's something I want to ask you.
Wait! Un video, mommy, gente. Wait, whoa. You're telling... So Gundam was the one with the fourth room, with the deluxe room. I'm sorry, the second deluxe room on the Strawberry House side, bruh. How the fuck did he know that there was a ringing going on if he wasn't supposed to hear it, bruh?
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
Wait, bro. Oh my, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shit blew my fucking balls, bro.
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There was only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in the deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
Because he was in the lounge the whole time.
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room. Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Wow. Oh, my fault, bro. I forgot I was supposed to be reading this. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
Bruh.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Bro.
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
What?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Bruh, my brother in Christ, I don't think that's how it works, man.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
Man, that shit weak as fuck.
That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Is it though? I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Hold on a sec.
Is it really?
You know, Hajime,
Oh god.
this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Why do you say that?
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
For real.
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously, let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
For real.
You said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
Bro, his rebuttal is that he was taking a dookie, bro. Like, no one's gonna believe that.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Okay, Gundam, what do you have to say?
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side.
Okay, sure. But what if you beat the game? Huh? So we need to find a way to draw him out and admit that, alright, well, I mean, maybe he did beat the game, maybe he didn't. But if he beat the game, you'd be able to do all of this without without any trouble, right?
If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
There's another way there, bro.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. When something's obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Let's do it, Hajime! Let me see, what is definitely fucking this dude teleporting, bruh. Or not, I guess. Damn it. It's not here. Okay, well, I'm guessing I might have to pull from the argument here.
That elevator was
Okay.
the only means of travel between the two houses.
That's already wrong.
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Got it. It's Akane's argument on his initial one. Got it.
That elevator was the only means of travel
Bitch!
between...
Let's go!
No, that's wrong. No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist!
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Okay, you didn't have to do this, bro. Okay, but yeah, but here.
You're the only one! Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Bro, what? I know you're capping right
Don't
now.
play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up, bitch!
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
Bro, could you drop it, bro?
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Isn't that the Amaterasu?
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Pig, you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I feel like I'd enjoy it. He's pretty funny.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Bro, wait, his shit doesn't make any sense, bro. Wait, what? There you go.
I already
Okay.
proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
I'm sorry, what? But what would oh, it's the hammer.
Killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! You don't want to drown in the maelstrom of...
Allow
Oh!
me to cut through those words!
I had it all along! The wire.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body,
You got that from the freaking armory, dude.
the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Why does he keep saying that?
Hey, what are you... First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Bro. He's like, you know what? Fuck this, bro. I'm gonna explain this shit. Because he's not even an ultimate anymore, bro. He's just a normie.
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
Bro, that's what gets him to spill.
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
Well, feel free to explain.
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
She's like...
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet.
This motherfucker's like... He's like, I'm not breaking the edge streak, bro.
I cannot finish!
Damn, Gundam the Overlord, bro? Nah, Gundam the Edgelord, bro. Hell no.
What do you intend to do?
I'll say that was corny and cringe, I'm sorry.
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Because, bro, that shit was tiring as hell.
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
But it's a 5v1, fuck you mean, bro? He's got 4 fucking rats that can do it.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat.
2 tips.
First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human.
The reason why I'm here is because when he said, I shall teach you 2 tips, I thought he was referring to Nagito and Hajime as tips, bro. Not that he was gonna actually give us 2 pieces of advice. I'm sorry.
You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I'll provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Panic talk action. Oh god, it's this shit again, bruh.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither!
You know, listening to this guy scream for the Tanaka Empire is insane, bruh.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesized!
Bro.
Show me the cadaver! It's Nekomaru's back.
The
Do you
4
really think I can
the
get
4
behind him
Davis.
so
No,
easily?
damn it, the 4 Dark Davis of Destruction, bro. I'm an idiot, bro.
I won't let you! You really think
The
I can
4
get behind him so
Dark
easily?
Davis
This is the end.
of Destruction.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh?
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course, that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through, Supernova Silver Fox Sandi! I pressed the button. Truly, this is the Skyline Lamentation art of the Demon Mouse. Soon the doors of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue,
Bro, I have to be able to, like, take advantage of it now, because Homeboy's gonna get cheeked up, bro, and, like, I won't be able to do his voice anymore, bro.
one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Oh, I still have to do this? Like, didn't Nagito do this for me, bro?
Here's everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final deck. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30.
Damn, Kazuichi looks disgusting in that fucking frame, bro.
To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Wait, why he painted like a bitch in this fucking in that frame, bro?
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself! I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe.
Hey, that was your crush, bro. You put Kazuichi to the side for this guy? Insane.
You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
Well, believe it, bitch.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
And he just eats it. Well, I mean... Wait. Hey, I didn't do too bad. Okay. Wait, can I select on these? Oh, A's to quit.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote.
But I know, like, Nagito's got something,
Who
bruh.
will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
He keeps on talking about, like, an opening act, unless, like, this is, like, the... I don't know, like, this is where it gets interesting or some shit, maybe? I don't know.
Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
That's so fucking stupid, bro. Damn, bro. Rest in peace, Tanaka. Gundam, bro. But my question is, do the hamsters die with him? Or not? It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again. So I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results. You guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. Let's ignore those game overs I got like throughout the trial. That's right. The one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yay! I said that all without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish yet till we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you feel like.
Fall, my tears.
Why do you want to talk to one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Dang. Dang. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was just trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain. Fine, then. Then I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse. And I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away, or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you this.
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try to kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekumaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great line.
He's like, quick, Sandy, write down this line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you this.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us just to wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone has been dominated by the feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life. That's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy to a life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that to try to justify what you did?
But
it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Ugh,
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my tears.
But, even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime?
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but... compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that... Well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question. Oh, damn, so you telling me he goes down as like a fucking, as like a knight?
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all of mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible! Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it! I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. Do you think he's gonna... You know what? Let me hold that back.
please wait!
This is just too much.
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia.
I beg of you!
How
Damn.
pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all.
yeah, what happens to the hamsters?
However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end. Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Bro, I fucking love this voice acting right here.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Okay, but like, what happens to the hamsters? Wait. They were accomplices, right? So they don't get like taken, bruh, right? What the fuck? That is fucked up, bruh. Bruh. How? No, bro. Okay, look. Right now, there's like this whirlpool of emotions, cause like, bro, like the bunnies, the dead animals coming in, the hamsters being alone, bro. That tugs my heart. It does. But this motherfucker, this guy doing the ritual and then like it looking like it's gonna work and then he dies, bro. No, that's the part that makes me laugh, bro. Like, if it wasn't for that, like, little comical act and him getting clocked the fuck out right after, I probably would have started crying, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. No. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Rest in peace, Nekomaru. Rest in peace, Gundam, bruh. This is where I'm gonna leave it, bro. We witnessed the punishment time and we concluded the trial. It's been real, y'all. This game is definitely I'm loving it, bro. I absolutely love the story and how everything unfolds. But yeah, I'll be catching you guys on the flip side. Peace.